In the world full of sims and darkness, there was a light, a new hope. Look, this book really confused me at first. I thought the author's name was actually Hack Author Square. Later I came to know that this book is a rewritten version of Alan Carr's Easy Way to Quit Smoking for Pornography. And it actually works. The readers, including myself, found it very easy and enjoyable to read and quit porn. It's also equally effective for heavy users as well as casual users of porn. And surprisingly, it doesn't need no willpower. And the results are permanent. What else do you need? Do not skip this video, okay? This video is a clear sign from the universe for you to stop. Let's face it, those who are addicted to porn would have never started watching it if they'd known beforehand about its adverse effects such as erectile dysfunction and a crippling feeling of embarrassment. So why the f it is so difficult to quit this porn? It's quite simple really. We have made ourselves believe that masturbation or sex, it is the only and most important thing in life. Porn is safer than real life sex because porn can't reject me. Porn is educative and useful. It's an entitlement to a superior sex experience. And you don't even have to go anywhere. And of course, more is always better, isn't it? And all these irrational beliefs spawn irrational consequences when acted upon. For example, we start worshipping and obsessing when a perfect 10 out of 10 is found. And we start perceiving ourselves as a loser if we miss out on sex, as if it's the most important thing in the human experience. And even worse, we tend to hold ourselves for a perfect 10. And we keep missing out all the wonderful girls or women around us who can be a potential lover. And we wonder why we're still alone. And in relationships, we start being excessively judgmental and critical of our prospective partners. In some cases, forcing yourself to have sex whether you want it or not, because nowadays it's cool not to be a virgin at the age of 15. Look, if you're serious about living this addiction, you can join this cool game known as Conquered Self. It's free. It makes the process of addiction recovery really fun, motivational and consistent. PMO War is about to start and you will be given a random empire and you have to defeat the other empire. Within these two empires, you will be given one of 8 civilizations. So your comrades who are battling this addiction will become a support system to you. Once the war begins, your goal is to check in every day to confirm habit execution for the number of days given to you. And if you're consistent, you will be given medals, avatar promotions, trophies and more. This war emphasizes social accountability, so you can either have positive or negative impact on your team. Really cool concept. If you haven't enlisted yourself for the war, do it now. And thanks Conquered Self for sponsoring this video. You'll see the author mentioning again and again not to skip the chapters, even though it becomes annoying, but I understand, just like I keep asking my viewers to subscribe to my channel. So the author constantly tries to make it clear that easy peasy isn't magic, but for myself and others who found it so easy and enjoyable to quit, it seems like it. You know, there are many websites and videos that talks about the harmful effects of watching too much porn. In fact, it makes us even more nervous and hopeless. And awareness of this health risk generates more fear and making it more difficult to stop. You tell a user it's destroying their virility and the first thing they'll do is reach for something to search their dopamine. A cigarette, alcohol, or even firing up the browser to search for porn. So the next time you watch porn, ask this to yourself, what is porn doing for me? Am I actually enjoying it? Do I really need to go through life sabotaging my mind and my body? These realizations will become positive additional aids to help you achieve what you really desire, enjoying your life free from the slavery of this porn addiction. Porn addiction is like clawing our way out of a slippery pit. Look, we have to understand that enjoyment has nothing to do with it. I enjoy long drives, but I never got to the point where I have to drive for long hours every day. With other things in life, we enjoy them while we're doing them. But we don't sit around feeling deprived when we're not. Some say it's educational. So how has it made you grow as a person? It's a feeling of release. Release from the stresses of real life? Okay, for an hour before it all comes crashing back on you. And what stresses has it solved exactly? It helps me sleep, so why others sleep just fine without it? There are many scientifically demonstrated methods to fix sleep and more so. The beautiful truth is that once you understand the true nature of porn addiction and the reasons why you use it, you'll stop doing it, just like that, trust me. So we have to understand the nature of how things work. Internet porn works through hijacking natural reward mechanism designed to keep you reproducing for as long as possible. Internet porn's instant and highly accessible form keeps the brain's reward mechanism producing dopamine for significantly longer than normally possible. Scientifically, this is called the Coolidge effect.
How many times this can be repeated? But this can be repeated until the male nearly dies of exhaustion.
As time passes, not only is the brain desensitized to previous clips it's seen, but also similar jaw rush and shock level. This lower motivation triggers feeling of lower satisfactions as our brain engage in constant waiting pushing you to find clips to satisfy the hunger. So you seek more novelty. Clicking on the amateurish, shock-inducing clip on the homepage, you confidently say you wouldn't on your first visit. You know what I'm talking about, the genres keep getting weirder and weirder. Now you might think that you can't live without porn. Forget 90 days or 30 days, you can't even go 3 days without porn. Look, I get it, but you have to understand that abstaining yourself from porn doesn't cause any physical pain. It is merely an empty, restless feeling of something missing. Which is why many believe it's something to do with sexual desire. Prolonged, this feeling becomes nervousness, insecurity, agitations, low confidence and whatnot. It's like being hungry but for a poison. This trap is kind of similar to wearing tight shoes just to obtain the pleasure of taking them off. The main reason that users find it difficult to quit is due to the belief that they're giving up a genuine pleasure. It's really essential to understand that you're giving up absolutely nothing whatsoever. The author compares this with the smoker's analogy. If they, that means the smokers, went 10 hours of the day without a cigarette, they'd be tearing their hair out. But many smokers will buy a new car and refrain from smoking in it. Many will visit theaters, supermarkets, churches, and being unable to smoke causes them no problem. Even on trains and airplanes, there have been no riots. Users will automatically refrain from using internet porn in their parents' home during family gatherings and other events with little to no discomfort. In fact, most users have extended periods during which they abstain without effort. So you see, this neurological little monster is easy to cope with even when you're still addicted. So you can do this. Or shall I say you already did it in the past. Think about it. In the next part, we'll get to know how the society brainwashes us, and even worse, we brainwash ourselves. So I can finish this whole book in a single video. I'll try to finish it in like 2 or 3 parts. See you in the next one, and always remember to be brave.